In this video, let's talk about grouping worksheets and what advantages that provides. So I have a workbook open. We have 7 different grills in our franchise. And notice on grill 501, I have things formatted. So the red with the light red here, if I click on grill 502, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7, they are not formatted. And the same thing over here, if you look, there's no fill color going on over here, yet on grill 501, I do have all that formatted. So here's the idea of grouping sheets. You select sheet, the first one in the group, hold down the shift key, and select the last one in the group, and all of those sheets are selected. Now be careful, because if you type on one sheet, you're typing through all of them. So grouping sheets is kind of a scary activity. You really have to pay attention. And you'll notice they're grouped. It says up here in the title bar, group. You can kind of see visually that they're grouped. If you want to ungroup, you can right click and say ungroup the sheets, and now you just have one selected. To group them again, I'm holding down the shift key. The other way to ungroup is just click on one particular sheet, and now the rest are ungrouped. And the other thing I'll mention is you can hold down the control key and then grab the sheets that are not next to each other. So you can hold down the shift to go from one to the other, or the control key to grab individual sheets. Again, be careful, because whatever you type will go through all of them. So right now, I am going to hold down the shift key and grab them all, but just to make a point, I will do a little test typing right up here in C1, and now and hit enter. When I go to grill 2, grill 3, grill 4, notice you have that test through all of your sheets, which is a little scary if you group something and get a phone call. You forget that you have things grouped and you start working on one particular sheet, not recognizing that you're typing through all of them. So again, be careful. Now, here's what you can do that's kind of cool though. Again, we don't have formatting on the rest of these sheets. So I can select this area right here with all of the formatting we've done on Grill 501. Under Fill, there's this Across Worksheets. ... meaning it's going to come up with another dialog box, and it asks, what do you want to fill across all these worksheets? And in this case, we just want the formats. So we hit OK, and now when I go to 5, 2, 3, 4, they all have that formatting. So what's kind of cool is I only have to format once, and then I can apply it across several sheets. I'm going to do the same thing across the rest of this information. So I already have formatted grill 1. I'd like to apply that formatting to all the rest of my grills. So I will fill across worksheets, and then you'll click formats and hit OK. I will now ungroup the sheets before I forget. And then when I go to grill 2, 3, 4, 5, they all have the formats applied. The other place that I use grouping sheets is I want to add a header or footer to all my sheets. And rather than doing each one individually, I will select them all, and then I will go to page layout is how I normally do it, set up. And right here is where you get your header and footer, custom footer. Now here's where you can get, remember the ampersand sheet name, ampersand tab, because every one of these has a different sheet name. And by using that code, it will use the appropriate sheet name on all of these sheets. I can then put the date over here on all of the sheets, and then you could put the file name or whatever you want. So now all of those are applied across all of the sheets. So this one, I'm on grill 501, you hit OK. If I click on grill, I'm going to ungroup now, grill 507, page setup, header, footer. Notice I have everything, but the tab says 507. So again, grouping the sheets, it's a great way to add headers and footers to all the sheets at once. So the last thing I'll mention, don't forget that when you select all the sheets, oops, can I hold down shift key? Yeah, you select all the sheets or group them, that when you type, you're typing through all the sheets. Sometimes that's good. So for instance, I removed some formulas here just to demonstrate this. I want to sum these two values, so I can run over here. My sheets are all selected. I can hit AutoSum and it's putting that through all of the sheets. When I do my percent of sale calculation, I will take this amount divided by that amount, and I can hit enter. I can drag this down, and I will, oh, no, I forgot the absolute. Now we can drag that down, and I want to be able to fill without formatting. Oh, it didn't let me to do that. But again, I have all the sheets selected, so I can real quickly add a top border to that. Oh, and now I need a bottom border to this one, double. There we go. Everything I just did was through all the sheets. So when I go to Grill 502, I have that sum, I have all of my formulas, and I work through everything. So it can be handy to type through all the sheets as long as you remember that you have things grouped before you start typing. And so that is it for group sheets.